Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement announcement on August 26, 2025, lit up the internet like no other. The pop icon and the NFL star shared the news via a joint Instagram post. Taylor captioned it, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married," with a firecracker emoji. Kelce proposed with a custom vintage old mine, cut diamond ring. What seemed like a romance fulfilling fairy tale expectations immediately rippled outward, into fandoms, into media culture, and into public discourse in ways more complicated than most forecast. Swifties, her loyal global fanbase, responded with waves of celebration. For them, this is not only about love. It is about Taylor's story, her journey, her victories, her vulnerability, her music, and now her commitment. Many wrote that this moment feels long awaited. Others compared it to her past relationships and public persona, seeing in this engagement a stability they believe she deserves. The emotional investment is deep, but not all reactions were joyous. A vocal subgroup among Swift's fans, often called the Gaylors, has expressed backlash. Gaylors are fans who have long theorized or hoped that Taylor Swift's romantic preferences include attractions to women, or that she might be queer in identity or expression. For them, this engagement feels contradictory to beliefs or hopes about Taylor. Some interpret it as a closure of possibilities, or feel that their hopes are ignored. For them, this engagement feels contradictory to beliefs or hopes about Taylor. Some interpret it as a closure of possibilities, or feel that their hopes are ignored. The engagement created tension inside the fandom. Across NFL fandoms, reactions vary widely. Among Chiefs fans, support is strong. Nationwide, sales of Kelce's No. 87 jersey spiked 200% immediately after the announcement. That level of fan support translates into cultural significance. But not all NFL fanbases are pleased. Raiders fans, Bills fans, Broncos fans led in negative sentiment on social media following the engagement. Some see the union as distraction, others as excessive media spectacle. The backlash from some quarters is not only about Taylor and Travis themselves. It is about what their relationship represents in terms of power, visibility, and commercial interest. Critics ask, is this yet another moment where celebrity relationships are leveraged as brand campaigns? Are some fans being used as promotional platforms? Are social media algorithms privileging certain narratives for visibility and profit? Some feel the engagement is less about two people in love and more about a cultural product. Public discourse also touches on politics, identity, and gender expectations. Some conservative commentators are interpreting Taylor's engagement through the lens of traditional values. Some ask, will this change how she is perceived? Will she be pushed into roles and expectations that conflict with her public persona of independence, self-determination, creative control? Others argue that she has always balanced public expectations and private life with her career, and that the engagement does not change that. Then there are those drawing connections to Swift's past battles for control, over her masters, over the narrative of her music, over the meaning she imbues in her art. Many Swifties see this relationship, this engagement, as another chapter where Taylor is finally making choices on her own terms. For these fans, the engagement is not a capitulation, it is continuation. The symbolism matters. The way she proposed, the way she shared, the way Kelce supports her, all are part of the narrative they believe Taylor has been sculpting. Here is where I want you to pause. Imagine being part of a fan community built on certain hopes, certain identifications, certain beliefs about identity and possibility. And then you see the person you admire make a decision that challenges some of those hopes. Does that decision feel like loss? Or is it just growth? Many Gaylors feel something close to loss. Many Swifties feel it is growth. These emotional overlaps are messy, painful, meaningful. Part of what is fueling tension is the question of authenticity. Some fans accuse others of looking for Taylor to conform to expectations rather than letting her be. Some critics accuse Taylor and Kelce of staging public moments for maximum impact. Others say that celebrity relationships have been curated for fan consumption for a long time. This is simply a newer instance of that trend. The line between genuine private emotion and public spectacle is blurry. When two persons both under massive spotlight unite, their lives become symbols whether they asked for it or not. Media coverage has not helped calm the war. Every news statement, every Instagram share, every podcast appearance is analyzed, decoded, memed. Journalists have highlighted how swiftly the social media narrative shifted from congratulations to critiques, and sometimes to outright trolling. Memes appear about Kelce as competition for attention, about Swift's English teacher, gym teacher, caption about what role she will play now. Opinions swirl about how this engagement signals changes in fan loyalty, in what fans expect from their idols. But engagement is not just social media posts and debates. It is also economic. Merchandise booms, media partnerships, brand tie-ins. Kelce's jersey sales jump. Products associated with them trend. Brands position themselves to be part of the cultural moment. Some fans accept this as part of celebrity life. Others feel used, that their loyalty is being monetized. And for some, that is part of the discomfort. One surprising angle. Fans who opposed or felt uneasy about the engagement often cite a fear of losing the mythology Taylor built. Taylor's mythology is partly about heartbreak, about solo drives, about poetic solitude turned into art, about emotional complexity. If Swift is now entering a new chapter, marriage, alignment with the public persona of someone in an iconic power couple, will that mythology shift? Will the narrative of Taylor as vulnerable, as always writing from inner dilemmas, still feel the same if some of those dilemmas are resolved? There is risk perception in fan identity. On the flip side, many fans embrace the change. They see the engagement as affirming, as adding richness to Taylor's story. They believe she is allowed to evolve. They see in this path something hopeful, that partnership need not erase individuality, that love can stand alongside creative agency, that public love can coexist with personal privacy. For them, the engagement is a win for self-determination and for Taylor being able to enjoy love without sacrificing her identity. Another missed point: this fanbase war reveals much about online culture itself. The speed with which subgroups form and clash, the way identity and expectation get entangled with personal life, the way social media amplifies grievance and picks apart every photo or caption. Public response cycles of hype and backlash now happen within hours, sometimes minutes. The relationship, in this case, is being treated not only as private news but as cultural text. Everyone is reading it like script. There is also the influence of parasocial relationships. Fans build real emotional investment in someone they do not personally know. Those investments produce expectations that Taylor will act in line with how fans imagine her, that she will never compromise certain ideals. When she steps differently than some expect, disappointment follows. The Gaylor reaction is partially shaped by parasocial hopes, beliefs about identity that may never have been confirmed. And when the artist's life evolves, fans grapple with their own attachment. Media outlets and commentators are also asking, what are the consequences for Taylor's image and for her career? Will the engagement shift fan demographics? Will it shift the kind of content she produces? Will it influence what she writes about, what interviews she gives, what marketing opportunities she takes? Many believe Taylor is aware of all this. Many believe she made choices with full knowledge that this moment would carry heavy weight. For Travis Kelce, the stakes are also high. His presence in pop culture has been rising fast. This engagement cements him further outside the traditional sport bubble and more deeply within celebrity culture. In terms of public discourse, this moment is being used to re-examine how women in public eye are allowed to love, to evolve, to partner. The old trope of a powerful woman losing autonomy by falling into marriage gets revived. Is Taylor going to face pressure to change? Will people expect her to produce different music, to restructure her public persona? Will marriage dilute the rebel, the storyteller, the vulnerability that fans admire? These questions are already being raised. Fans also debate whether commitment changes performance. Will Taylor Swift still tour as aggressively? Will she still use personal narratives of heartbreak? Will media focus shift from her artistry to her personal life more heavily? These are worries among some fans. Some express concern that love will overshadow artistry. Others argue that artists always evolve, and that is part of growth. Ultimately, the engagement between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is a cultural moment bigger than just a celebrity marriage announcement. It is a mirror held up to how fans expect identity, love, autonomy, and performance to intersect. It is about how we engage with our idols, how we project onto them, how we celebrate or critique when they diverge from expectations. My question to you now: do you believe that fans have the right to expect an idol to adhere to identity narratives they built for them? Is admiration conditional? Can admiration survive change? This is Fame Daily, bringing you Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement sparks fanbase war, what you missed.